and it is Wednesday. I'm all crooked or something. Wednesday, August 15th, 2018, here with your free live show. Of course, we're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We do at least 3 free picks every single day. And of course, all day long, the action continues in our Facebook group. Everyone's talking about games. Everyone's talking about bets, the winners, the losers, the bad beats, the miracle wins. I think we run through the gauntlet every single day. The thing about it is we generally always run through the gauntlet individually every single day. But in our Facebook group, we get a chance to all do it as a group, which is, it's kind of like you have someone to celebrate with, and you also, misery loves company. It's kind of like you get it all going on at once. And, weird thing, when I started Sports Chat Place, which was originally College Football Place 10 years ago, that was really the whole idea. It was like, I used to live in Chicago. I worked in an office where nobody liked sports. Nobody at all. And I wanted to start a place where I could, talk college football with people and, go through the wins and losses, the heartache, the miracle, backdoor covers and all those things, and have a place to talk to people that, were going through the same things that I was. And I think, well, we've done that at Sports Chat Place, and, we've given out a lot of good betting tips throughout the years, and, we're going to continue, of course, to do all that stuff because, that's what we do, right? But I think the Facebook group, I think we've really nailed it. I think we're onto something with that. And I know everyone else is going to copy it, and everyone else is going to, try and be bigger and better and all that, say they are at least, right? And, but I think a lot of the people out there won't do it because then it'll mean their picks will be documented in some way. So we know that we've been through the whole documentation of picks thing. We've been over and through it and back again. So, of course, where I'm going with it is I'm just saying if you're not part of our Facebook group, you are missing out. And especially we're going to be having these picking contests. We have all sorts of other stuff. With the Picks and Parlays group, Craig's already got the new shirts in process. I'm going to start the process shortly for the Sports Chat Place ones as well. But like I said, the Facebook group really exceeding all expectations. And I think it's only going to get bigger and better as we move into our busier time. We started it like in June, so in the deadest part of the year. And now we're heading into that busy part of the year. We're in November when we have NFL, college football, NBA, college basketball, NHL, all going on at the same time. And yeah, I'm smiling. I love that time of the year. I know you guys do too. But good morning to everyone. But let's get it going. We're going to do 3 free picks like we do every single day. Most of my premium picks today are in the night games, and I see other people saying the same thing. Like, they're looking, and it's like, I don't like the day games too much. First day game, I'm going to go with Seattle Mariners here against Oakland. Yesterday Paxton gets hit in the arm after registering 1 out, and the Mariners kind of never really recover from that thing. They still hung in there pretty good against an Oakland A's team that is 1 game behind the Houston Astros in the standings. How crazy is that? Those of you that are premium members or have been following my premium picks, you guys know we've been on the Oakland A's all season, and it is paying off now. But I'll tell you what, this one against Seattle, I know the Mariners have struggled recently, but Mike Leake has been somewhat of a stopper this season. And Brett Anderson, I think he's the weakest link of that Oakland pitching staff. I like the Seattle Mariners in this one to steal a win, and that'll be our first pick of today's show. Of course, that one has a 3:35 Eastern Time start. Of course, we talk about the games and give our opinions, all that stuff, all day long in our Facebook group. So if you're not part of the Facebook group and you want to talk about a game, talk about some angles, talk about anything like that, and it is a great place to do it. I can't even express how much I enjoy it. I think there's still this, in the group, I'll be honest, that I think there's still this, we're still trying to figure out exactly what it is. What we're trying to do is just keep it totally clean. No linking, no reference, none of that stuff. We're just saying, this is our group. We're just going to discuss games, get everyone on winners. Here's what I'm on. Here's my picks. We say them before the game starts. And then after it is like, yeah, I hit my parlay. Yeah, I hit my winning bet. No, this team cost me. Yes, this team did it for me, whatever. All those things, all good, all documented. None of this, I told you they were going to win. It's all the good stuff about it. And, none of this spam like you see in some of the other groups where it's just all these people just advertising their picks or whatever. You guys know we have sports chat experts. That's where my best bets are. But I don't just go around in the group and just say, buy my expert picks, buy my premium package, buy our consensus. I don't do any of that stuff. And we don't allow people in the group that do that. We will have promotions from people that sponsor the site, as long as it's a mutual benefit, as long as it's a benefit to you guys, and they help us out at the site with our costs. Yeah, I'll let them say something in the group or run a promotion or even sponsor some of the prizes for our contest. But I'm not just going to let people post a link, because they feel like it. Not going to happen. Not in our group. Take it somewhere else. There are other groups out there that allow that. But most of those are the crappy groups, as they call them. Anyways, get in the group. Good times, good discussion. I'll tell you what, a lot of winners in that group too. Saw some great tickets yesterday. Big money. Big money. I know a lot of favorites were played in some of those big money parlays I saw in there, but not something I generally do. But I'll tell you what, I never turn away a losing ticket either. But let's get to our second pick of today's show. I'm going to go back to the Cubs-Brewers game. Brewers putting the hammer down on the Cubs. They are now even on the win column. The Brewers and the Cubs. The Brewers have played a few more games than the Cubs, and all of those games are losses. So the Cubs are 2 games ahead because the Brewers have 4 more losses, but they have the same amount of wins. This series is almost like a playoff series. I mean, these are must-win games for the Brewers because of the way that it's set up with the loss column. Kyle Hendricks has been very vulnerable this season. Junior Guerra, not the best of the Milwaukee pitchers, but I'll tell you what, Milwaukee has put the hammer down on the Cubs, and they're really shaking their confidence. They beat up on Quintana yesterday. I don't sit here and talk about my picks from yesterday, but we were all over the Brewers. You guys know any chance I have to bet against the Cubs, I do it. There are times, and premium members will tell you this, people that have bought my extra picks, where as much as I hate the Cubs, I still give them out if I think that we're going to cash on them. You got to throw all that stuff to the side. I mean, right? This is what we're here for. But I'll tell you what. This is one of those magical situations where betting against the Cubs is just the right thing to do. And we're going to continue betting against the Chicago Cubs, against the Brewers, who just seem to be hungrier in this series. They seem to be a lot hungrier. And also, they're catching what looks to be a soft spot in the Cubs rotation. So I'm going to take the Milwaukee Brewers. Of course, we discuss games all day long in our Facebook group. And a lot of people over on YouTube putting up comments, but like I said, those are topics that we talk about in the Facebook group all day long. So certainly the YouTube comments, it doesn't really make sense to put them there when you can just put them over in the Facebook group and talk about these things all day long with thousands of people all talking about the same thing. Pretty cool. It's not like a forum, really. It's like a little different than the old forums. This is something new for me. I always had the Facebook page. I didn't do a lot with it until last year when we started doing live video. And then in June of this year, we started the Facebook group. And this is something totally cool. Because, a lot of sites have a forum. They used to be really big, 10 years ago, forums were really big. I know there are a couple of them that are still somewhat active, but it's just this attacking of people, right, that happens in the forums. But in the Facebook group, you don't have that, and at least not in our group, and we won't allow it. It's just because you can see we don't allow like random profiles in our Facebook group. So there's no attacking, there's no any of those things because you don't have the anonymity that you get in a forum. You pretty much, you guys know, my name's Mitch. If you click on my name, you see my profile. I might not accept you as a friend if I don't really know you in real life, but if I don't really know you in real life, but you know, if we meet at a sports book, we meet something like that, generally I accept you as friends, and generally we do picture together and we post it on the Facebook as well. It's not that, I mean, why not chat that don't use Facebook? How about this? Why don't you use Facebook? I mean, that's really the opposite. I do what I do, but it's not that. It's like, why it doesn't make sense to me to communicate with one small portion of our audience when we could discuss this same topic among everybody all day long in writing with accountability, with pictures, as opposed to, you know, on YouTube where it comes and goes and half the people can't even see your question. It's nothing personal. Everyone in our Facebook group is a real person. Every single person. I personally check every single profile, everyone in the group. Anyways, did 2 picks. Let's get to one more. And in this one, let's go to Yankee Stadium where the Rays are taking on the Yankees. Sessa has been terrible. Jake Faria was really good earlier this season when we saw him pitching, and I'll tell you, he's been pitching in a relief role his last 2 times out, and he's been equally as effective. I really like the Rays in this one as the big dog. You guys know I've been leaning towards the dogs on the show. They've been hitting pretty good, and I like a lot of the dogs in today's action as well. But I like the Rays in this one. I just think they have the better pitching matchup, and I think that the Yankees far from unbeatable, you know, as they trail the Red Sox now by 10 games. But that'll be our third and final pick for today's show. So our 3 picks for today's show: Tampa Bay Rays, we took the Seattle Mariners, and we took the Milwaukee Brewers. Those are our 3 picks for today's show. This is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. I'll see you guys in the Facebook group all day long.